Ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you a simple question. What's been occupying your mind lately? Here's a crucial truth. You become what you consistently think about. Not occasionally, not sometimes, but every single day. If your thoughts are filled with fear, doubt, and worry, your life starts to mirror that. If your mind is focused on growth, gratitude, and goals, that too becomes your reality. Your mind functions as a factory, and your thoughts are the blueprint. It builds based on what you feed it. What you dwell on, it creates. You attract what you believe you will become. This isn't just motivational talk. This is a law of life. And here's the key. It operates whether you're conscious of it or not. So if you're not satisfied with where your life is heading, perhaps it's time to examine what's been running on repeat in your mind. Because here's the thing, you can't plant weeds in the garden of your mind and expect to see roses grow. This idea changed everything for me. It made me more intentional, focused, and empowered. And I want to share that with you. Stick with me, and over the next few minutes, we'll break it down step by step, thought by thought. By the end, you'll understand how your thinking has been shaping your life and how you can regain control. Let's dive in. Thoughts are like seeds, and you're always planting. Here's a simple concept that's anything but insignificant. Your thoughts are seeds. The moment you think them, you've already planted something. Now, the real question is, what kind of harvest do you want to reap? Life doesn't simply respond to your wishes. It responds to your mindset, your internal dialogue, and the way you think. The soil of life is always fertile. It doesn't care whether you plant good seeds or bad seeds. It will return to you what you've planted, and it will multiply. Just like the earth doesn't argue with a farmer's seeds, life doesn't challenge your thoughts. It quietly and relentlessly goes to work, producing the harvest you've planted, whether that's what you intended or not. Let's visualize this. Think of your mind as a garden. Every day you wake up with a bag full of seeds. Some seeds are powerful: hope, courage, gratitude, and ambition. But others are destructive: fear, self-doubt, anger, and procrastination. The catch is, you plant them all, every single one, through your thoughts, focus, and attention. And over time, what you plant becomes your mindset. Your mindset shapes your decisions lead to actions, your actions produce results. So if you're not happy with your current harvest, don't blame the weather, don't blame the soil. Take a moment to consider the seeds you've been planting. Here's an important truth. Most people plant by default, not by design. They wake up, check their phones, absorb the news, listen to gossip, and by lunchtime, they're already feeling anxious or lost. This isn't life happening to you. This is your garden reflecting exactly what was planted. So what's the solution? Start thinking with purpose. You need to be intentional about the seeds you plant in your mind. Instead of thinking, I can't, replace it with, I can improve. Instead of, what if I fail? Think, what if I learn something that changes everything? Instead of, this always happens to me, say, this time I'll respond differently. Hey, here's the magic. And yes, it's real magic. One small positive thought, planted and nurtured with repetition, can completely transform your life. Imagine this, just one idea, believed in, spoken aloud, and acted upon, can set off a chain reaction, a new habit, a new result, a new chapter. But you need to be honest with yourself. What kinds of seeds have you been planting? Every complaint is a seed. Every excuse is a seed. Every time you say it's too late or I'm not good enough, that's a seed. But so is every word of encouragement, every decision to try again, every act of discipline, and every vision of a better life you hold in your mind. Those are seeds too. So what's your garden going to look like a year from now, 10 years from now? The good news is you don't have to wait to find out. You just need to look at what you're planting today. Here's a simple yet powerful step. Start a thought journal. Each morning, write down the dominant thought running through your mind. Is it hopeful, negative, empowering, draining? Track your seeds, because what gets tracked gets changed, and what gets changed can grow into something remarkable. Let me leave you with this. You don't have to be a genius to change your life. You just need to become a better gardener. Choose your seeds wisely, nurture them daily, protect them from the weeds, and the harvest will take care of itself. Remember, you're always planting. The only question is, are you planting what you actually want to grow? The mind is a garden, and you must guard it fiercely. Let me tell you something that has changed more lives than any motivational slogan ever could. Your mind is a garden, and every single day, something is trying to grow in it. Something is trying to take root. Here's the deal. If you don't take charge of what grows there, anything, yes, anything, will start to grow. Let me ask you this. Have you ever walked past a garden overtaken by weeds? What happened there? Did someone plant those weeds on purpose? No. Weeds show up due to neglect. They grow because someone said, I'll tend to it tomorrow. The same thing happens in the mind. If you don't guard it, protect it, and nourish it, soon you're not thinking your own thoughts anymore. You're just reacting to everyone else's. And that's dangerous because the world is not neutral. There are voices, negative voices, that whisper or even shout all day long, telling you you're not enough, that it's too late, that you'll never change. If you're not careful, those voices will take root. They'll grow tall, strong, and soon they'll block the sunlight of your potential. You've got to be the gatekeeper of your mind. You decide who enters and who is escorted out. You control what comes through your eyes, your ears, and your inner dialogue. I'm not saying you should build walls so high that no new ideas can get in, but be careful. You want to be open-minded, but not so open that weeds can blow in with the breeze. It's not just about protecting your mind. It's about curating it, feeding it, strengthening it. You need to feed it with ideas that challenge you, stories that inspire you, and thoughts that lift you. Because here's what I've learned. A strong mind leads to a strong life. A guarded mind leads to a guided life. And a clear mind leads to a creative life. Now, let me give you some practical advice. If you're going to guard your mind, you need to build a few habits. First, control the first hour of your day. The first hour sets the tone for the rest of the day. If you fill it with junk news, social media, and comparison, you've already let the weeds in. Instead, start your day with intention. Read, reflect, write, visualize, plant something good. Second, audit your input. Ask yourself, is this helping me grow or holding me back? That TV show, that podcast, that conversation, what's it doing to your garden? If it's toxic, turn it off. If it's dull, cut it out. Be ruthless because your future is at stake. Third, choose your circle carefully. People are carriers. They carry energy, ideas, and influence. If you surround yourself with complainers, you'll start planting more complaints. Surround yourself with growers, thinkers, and doers, and your garden will thrive. Fourth, practice mental hygiene. Just like you brush your teeth and shower, your mind needs daily cleansing. Journaling clears out the clutter. Silence renews your focus. Gratitude resets your perspective. Even a beautiful garden can become wild if ignored. Here's what's remarkable. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to start pulling the weeds and planting better seeds day by day, thought by thought. Let me tell you what happens when you guard your garden. You begin to think more clearly, make better decisions, attract better people, and create a life that reflects purpose, not just noise. That's the power of a well-tended mind. So let me ask you, what's growing in your garden? Be honest, because honesty is the beginning of progress. Then make the decision today to guard your mind with everything you've got, because your mind is the starting point for every achievement, every breakthrough, every transformation. Guard your mind and the rest of life will follow. What you think about, you move toward. Let me share a principle that has shaped the lives of successful people for generations. You move toward what you think about. Not what you wish for, not what you daydream about, but what you think about constantly, consistently with emotional involvement. What you dwell on, you eventually walk toward. The mind, my friend, is like a compass. Whatever you point it at long enough is where you'll end up, even if you don't realize it. Imagine someone who spends their days thinking, I'm always tired, I can't catch a break, nothing works for me. Guess what? Their actions match that story. They move slower, try less, and expect failure. Eventually they find it. Now imagine someone who wakes up thinking, I'm improving, I'm learning, I'm building something meaningful. You'll see it in their posture.